guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Lydia. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in Calgary, Canada, and on my channel I discuss everything there is to know about immigration and life of an immigrant in Canada. So please consider subscribing by clicking the red button on the bottom left hand corner of this video. Okay, so please click the red button to subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you get notified each time I post a new video. Thank you. And for my returning subscribers, you're the real MVP. Thanks for always coming back. I appreciate it. Thank you. So if you or someone that you know is thinking of moving to Canada in 2021, then this video is for you, because I'll give you the 5 easiest ways, the 5 best ways, okay, of moving to Canada as an immigrant in 2021. There are several ways of coming to Canada. You can come as a refugee, you can come as a student, you can come for work, you can come as a visitor. There's so many ways of moving to Canada, but I'll give you the 5 easiest ways of moving here as a permanent resident, to become a permanent resident in Canada, okay? So I'll give you the 5 easiest ways of immigrating to Canada for the purpose of being a permanent resident and of course being a citizen after 3 years. So please stay tuned. Way of moving to Canada in 2021 is through the Canadian Express Entry Program. Now, the Express Entry Program is the best way in my opinion, because it allows immigrants to work, live and school in Canada. You can work, you can study, and you can school in Canada legally. So this Express Entry Program is the best way for skilled workers to immigrate to Canada. So basically, Citizenship and Immigration Canada, CIC, would have to make sure that you qualify under the Canadian Economic Immigration Program. That's a lot of legal immigration jargon, so I'll just talk about it in layman terms. So what this means is don't mind me. What this means is that you have to be qualified, okay? You have to be skilled, either under the Federal Skilled Workers Program, Federal Skilled Trade Program, and also the Canadian Economic Class. These are the 3 ways that you can qualify to come to Canada as a skilled worker. Okay, so I'm still laughing about my joke, don't worry. Okay, so you can come through the Federal Skilled Workers Program, Federal Skilled Trades Program, and also the Canadian Economic Class. So if you qualify under these 3 categories, then you can go ahead and apply to come to Canada through Express Entry. So to come through to Canada through Express Entry, you'd have to, number 1, send your credentials, your transcripts from university, from uni. You have to send your undergrad and postgraduate transcripts to WES, World Education Service, and then they would have to check to make sure that it's valid, that is recognized in Canada, and that that's is valid, basically valid and recognized in Canada. So usually after 1 month, they will get back to you and say yes or no. So once they've done that, they can go ahead to write your IELTS exam. The LTS exam has 4 components, all right? So there is writing, reading, listening, and speaking. So you'd have to read a comprehension or comprehensions, okay? And you'll be assessed based on these comprehensions. The questions will follow, of course, and then you have to answer questions based on what you've read in the comprehension. Then writing, you have to write either a formal letter or an informal letter or both. And then you would also have to maybe write an essay. Then for speaking, in the speaking part, in the speaking segments of the exam, you would have to have a conversation with the examiner for them to examine how well you speak English, how eloquent and how fluent you are in speaking English, okay? So she would assess how well you use your tenses, past tense, present tense, past participle, all these things. So they'll assess that, and bear in mind that there's also the French equivalent of the IELTS exam. So if you can speak French very well, fluently, I'll advise you to also write the French part of the exam, because you gain points, okay? Because the Express Entry Program is a points-based program. You get points based on your age. You get points based on if you can speak French and English, you get more points. If you have a sibling in Canada, you get more points. If you have a master's degree, you get it's a points-based system. So you like to accumulate as many points as you can in order to increase your chances of scaling through in the Express Entry Program. And then the last segment in the IELTS exam is Okay, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Okay, so a tape recording would play for you to listen to, and then you listen to this tape recording, and then you answer questions based on what you've listened to, and then this way, you know, at the end of 13 to 14 days, you get your results. It takes 14 days for the results to come out. So once you've gotten your results, then you have to check to make sure that you've gotten enough points, because IRCC Canada releases points every 2 weeks. So they release points every 2 weeks. It's called CRS score. So you need to get a particular bandwidth for you to gain the amount of CRS score that you need to apply, to be eligible to apply. Okay, so there's a threshold that is set. So once your results come out, and also based on the point-based system that I talked about before, once you've calculated your points, you need to get the CRS score. You need to get a minimum of that CRS score. So if the CRS score is 470, for instance, your accumulated points should be minimum of 470 or above that. But bear in mind that it fluctuates. Okay, it fluctuates. It might be 470 today. In 2 weeks time, it might be 475. It might come down to 460. It fluctuates like that. Okay, so yeah. The second way of coming to Canada in 2021 is through the family class sponsorship. Okay, family class sponsorship. What does this mean? This means that you, being a permanent resident in Canada, can apply for your spouse, your husband or your wife, and also for your child who is under the age of 22 to permanently relocate and come to Canada. That's all. That's all basically. Like, you know, you can apply for your spouse or your child that's under the age of 22 to come to Canada and live here permanently. So at this point in time, you can't apply for your grandparents or for your parents to come under this program because it doesn't cover them. However, they can apply to come to Canada under the family, under the super visa. Yeah, there's something called super visa, or the parents and grandparents visa. So they can apply for that, which is something that separates from the family sponsorship program. But they can apply for the super visa sponsorship if they would like to come here. That's for your parents and grandparents. But this particular family sponsorship program that I'm talking about is just for spouses of people that are permanent residents, or for children that are under the age of 22. Your children, your own legitimate children. Yeah, so that's how it works. The third way of coming to Canada in 2021 is through the LMIA work visa. LMIA work visa. What does this mean? This means that you just like getting a work visa basically. So what happens is that you would have to apply, okay? Apply and then get a job offer in Canada. Okay, so once you've done this, then your employer, the person that has employed you, would have to apply on your behalf. Okay, so they have to go to Service Canada and apply for you to come to Canada for the purpose of working for them. All right, so once they've done this, then you can go ahead and apply for work visa to come down to Canada. Then this step or this way is very excruciating. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy. It can be a bit stressful, but it's worth it, because eventually you can get permanent residency through this way or by this means. But yes, the LMIA work visa is a way of coming to Canada. So the fourth way of coming to Canada in 2021 is through the Canadian Investor Immigration. Now this route is reserved for high net worth individuals, for investors, because basically they're coming to Canada to invest into the Canadian economy. So it's reserved for, you know, the $10, Dangote, Rabi, all of them, you know. So, and of course you, because I know you're in a high net worth individual. But anyways, you can come, you know, through these means, because it allows these high net worth individuals to also come with their spouses, or with their spouse and with their children. Yes, so there are two Canadian investor immigration programs. The first is Quebec, is in Quebec. That's Quebec investor program, and also the federal investor program as well. So yeah, so there are two ways, and is reserved for high net worth individuals, because of course you're coming to invest into Canadian economy. So it's like, you know, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. If you invest in our economy, we'll give you and your family permanent residency visas, you know. So it works for both parties. So yes, that's what it's about, the Canadian Investor Program, which is reserved for investors for $30. Dangote, and you have to subscribe. Please subscribe. All right, so the last but not the least is PMP, Provincial Nomination Program. Now this route, or this PMP, has gained a lot of popularity in the recent times. In the last 2 to 3 years, it has become very popular because the express entry route is becoming very steep. The CRS score is becoming a bit harder to achieve. It's becoming very high, and it means it's becoming a bit harder for people to achieve or to ascertain those scores. All right, I'm not saying it's not doable, but it's just a bit difficult to get the CRS scores that are required in express entry. So PMP is becoming a very good alternative. So what happens is that different provinces, like Alberta, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Ontario, they will release certain skills that are needed by their province. Okay, for instance, Alberta may say, okay, we need oil and gas skilled workers. So if you watching me, if you work in Shell in Nigeria, if you work in LNG, liquefied natural gas, if you work in NNPC, for instance, you'd be a very good candidate to apply to Alberta. Do you understand? So different provinces have different skills that they need. So if you watching me, if you have those skills, then you can go ahead to apply to that province, and then and you have to bear in mind that you have to get a job in that province for you to apply to them. So you have to get a job in that particular province, then you apply to them. Then if you're successful, then they'll give you a nomination to come to their province to work. All right, and you being nominated by a province already gives you 600 points automatically. That's very, very high. It gives you 600 points automatically, and of course you get the express entry once you enter the pool and you apply. All right, you have to bear in mind that once you're done with your application, you have to leave and work in that province that issued you with a nomination. Like you have to, if for instance, if you came to Alberta, if Alberta released skills, the skills that are needed, and you're an oil and gas professional and you applied to come to Alberta to work in Alberta as an oil and gas professional, you can't go and live in Saskatchewan or live in Toronto. You have to live in a particular province that invited you to come to work for them. All right, so those are the 5 ways for you to immigrate to Canada. Like I said, Canada is a good place to live. Canada has, there are just a lot of good things and a lot of benefits for immigrants if you choose to relocate to Canada. All right, so these are the 5 easy, or not easy, it's not easy, it's complicated and challenging, but these are the 5 basic ways of migrating to Canada. All right, if you have any question for me, by all means, please leave a comment down below, and of course I'll answer your question. My email address is in the description box in this video. You can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter, but you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and of course you can leave me an email and I'll respond sharply. Thanks very much. Please don't go without subscribing. Please click on the red button down below. I release new videos every week for your viewing pleasure. All right, thanks again. My name is Lydia, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. See you very soon. Bye.